All right, good morning. This is Sports for Real. Just to get it out there because I forget about it. There's a lot of things going on. All right, hold on a second. No problem. Yeah, Shohei won his fourth MVP. And New England, they knocked off the Jets yesterday. That is their eighth straight victory. And the question is this team a legitimate title contender? Selmo, how you doing, man? I see you made a comment about the basketball video I put out there last night. I I'm gonna be doing some film work, and I'll be putting stuff out there like that. Tonight there's a playoff start. No audio. I don't know why. Can you hear me now? Audio. Okay. All right. I'm good. But like I said, there's high school playoffs football starts tonight. Um, there's a team playing close by me that's playing another team from far away that's piqued my interest a little bit. So I'll probably sneak in there and see what that looks like. Speaking of other playoff games, first round of the playoffs usually should be teams that's not too far apart. But the way they changed the brackets, teams now are subject to very long travel dates the first round. There are several teams from the Pensacola area coming in the Jacksonville area and beyond. Jacksonville and Pensacola by highway is 360 miles. Orlando is another 100 plus miles away. And I know for sure there's a team out of Orlando going to Pensacola area tonight. So you're looking at 400 plus miles, damn near 500 miles. And some of these schools, they don't get charter buses. I'm going to put you right on the yellow dog. You'll be on the yellow dog for a good long way. But that's the way they do things in Florida now, kind of, as I heard it say, bass backwards. And that's the way things are right now. But it's going to be really good matchups. And that'd be interesting to see how things unfold as these playoffs continue on. But yeah, I'll be doing some more basketball. But the question is, are the Patriots legit, man? They won 8 straight games. And when you look at it, they hadn't been beaten up on a whole lot of great teams. It's not their fault who's on the schedule. But they got by the Saints. They beat the Brownies. They just beat the Jets. They beat the Titans. These aren't all great teams record-wise, but they are NFL teams which are capable of beating them. Now, I thought they would be subject to an upset bid because Thursday nights you don't really have a full week of preparation for your opponent, and you can't cover up everything, and they're going to find something. Now the same goes for them, but still, it makes for a pretty interesting opportunity for a underdog to win a game. Last night, Travion Henderson scored 3 touchdowns, and as usual, the Jets offense, they couldn't get off the ground. I don't know what they're going to do with that offense. They don't really have a whole lot of explosive receivers, especially with Garrett Wilson being hurt. But if you look at bad teams, it doesn't really matter who's playing. It's the action that you unfurl that makes it bad. You have people wide open. You either overthrow them or they drop the ball. Or you might have somebody that's wide open, and just as the quarterback's throwing the ball, he gets hit and strip sacked. So there are a lot of variables that take place that hurt bad teams. And the good teams, they be in the same situations. They have bad things happen to them. They miss wide open receivers, but they don't do it a whole lot. The Jets do it all the time. At least last night, Fields got over 100 yards passing, but is that saying a whole lot? I don't think so. So they got to make a whole lot of corrections in the Jets land. Maybe they need to get a new model plane or something. I don't know what they need to do. But with the product they're putting on the field offensively is beyond garbage. And unless they expect to win, they need to do something. Chris Bristol, where you been, man? I ain't seen you in about 3 weeks, man. Probably longer than that. Um, Talking about the Jets, we got beat last night by New England, and we're trying to figure out what the Jets can do to improve this offense that they have. And right now, I just don't see that they're going to be very productive the rest of this year. There's no more Browns on the schedule. I don't know where they can get another 2 or 3 wins this year. So it's going to be tough sledding in New York. What they're doing by trading Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, they're trying to get draft capital so they can build for the future. Again, they're putting all things on the line based on players that you don't know if they're going to pan out in the league or not. So why not do a half and half? Go out to some free agents, try to trade for some people to get them in there to help you play. But what's going on right now, it just don't seem to be working. But the question again is this team legitimate? Chris says he's been busy. A tattoo artist, I travel and do tattoos. Well, you go all over the country, or you just like regional? I'm not big on tattoos, but put your name out there so we can let everybody know who you are, man. Mr. Mulatto, how you doing, man? Like and subscribe. I'm trying to the Patriots are legit. Look at their record numbers. Don't lie, but what's good? Man, what's good is it's Friday, and the high school football playoffs start today. And I'm going to be out there with my camera, and I'm going to be filming. And I'm going to be putting some highlights up this weekend. What they're trying to do is privatize everything in high school. In other words, there's some pimping going on. And what the association wants to do, they want to live stream these games. So they won't allow live streaming during the playoffs. But I don't see what the problem is, because if you're live streaming, you don't have anybody paying you to see these games. They have people that are paying to see the games. So unless you are directly advertising against them, I don't see how they can be hurt if somebody's live streaming during the game. But that don't affect me at all, because I won't be live streaming, so it don't matter. But this is the way that they play. Now, speaking of that, there's more scandal that's taking place in sports. You know about the NCAA, not the NCAA, but the NBA with the arrest of Chauncey Billups and the Damon Jones situation. Amidst all that, a couple of days ago, I saw that the NCAA has took action against 6 more players from 3 different schools, from the University of New Orleans, Mississippi Valley State, and I want to say, I think it was Arizona or Arizona State, one of the two. And these guys were passing along information and making money off it, fixing games, basically. And at the same time that information dropped, they letting it be known that the players can now gamble on professional sports. Before, players couldn't gamble on anything in college if you're on a college team. But now that goes out the window. They still can't bet on college sports, but they can bet on anything else. So if they were getting into issues when they couldn't bet at all, what do you think is going to happen now that it's available for them to start gambling on professional sports? This gambling thing is just at the tip of the iceberg. They're never going to stop it. They never could stop it. But now that it's legal, it's going to get worse. And so are the investigations. So I don't know if you have enough investigative staff to keep up with all the violations that are occurring, that will occur. And what's to be done about it? I don't know. Other than stopping the betting, and you can't do that. So NCAA is just like high school associations trying to stop people from recruiting, getting people to recruit from them. It's getting so bold now that they don't even try to hide it anymore. So basically what I'm saying to you is these people are looking at the association as if they're irrelevant. It's a free fall. There's no regulation now, not like it used to be. You had an investigation by a state organization. Oh, that struck fear into people. But now they don't care anymore. Why don't they care? Because a lot of these coaches, they're not full-time coaches like what you might have had 20, 30 years ago, guys that stand there in the system waiting to retire and all that. They might just be there just to coach and might have made their career somewhere else or working somewhere else. So if they don't have that job anymore, they just go be an assistant somewhere else and move on. So they're not losing their teaching career behind it. But when you open the door to let people outside of teaching in, then you open it up to everything else. These coaches only give a damn about themselves. So when they recruit, they're telling kids, "Oh, we can win a state championship." Yeah, you can win a state championship, but who does that make look good? You or the coach? Now, mind you, players are going to be picked up no matter what if they qualify to play on the next level. Meaning you got to look the part and you got to play the part. If you don't have the measurements, then the school would be taking a chance on you. Now that scholarship levels are limited and rosters are limited with this NIL, it's even more of a pipe dream now for a coach to tell you that, well, you win a state championship, then when you get a state championship, that pretty much tell them you automatically get a scholarship. There's no kind of truth to that whatsoever. So if the kid does come and you win the state championship out of all this player piling that you're doing, that makes you look good. So you go get a job somewhere else. Go to the next level, then it comes down to coaching, and they find out you can't coach because now all the rules, everybody's on the same level now where it's actually regulated. Then they find out you can't coach. But what do you care? Because you're making more money than what you made before, so you came up. And it's a circular thing. The coaches don't care about your players. So until the parents realize that, it's just going to get worse. And then I don't see how it's going to be fixed because every parent seems to think that their kid is just the greatest athlete out there. And we know that is not the case. Only sport that parents cannot say that my kid is the best when they're not the best is track and field. You say you're the fastest kid in the state, put him on the line. Let's see. Can't do that. On a team, you can hide and you can wish and hope and everything, all of that your kid is this and that, but that kid is really not as good as you think they are. That's just the way it goes. Okay, let's see what I'm missing here. Let me go back to Chris Bristol. He said he's been busy with his tattoos. I'm waiting on him to tell us who the name of the tattoo business. Selmo says it was Justin Field games. They're better than DG game with the Jets last week. DG. You got to tell me who DG is, man. It's early in the morning and fired up all the cylinders yet. Yeah, I'm going to get in and have me a little fun this weekend, Mulatto. Tyreek Simmons says, yes, the Pats are real. Well, I think Buffalo got caught slipping last week at Miami. I thought they think they can just show up and whoop the Dolphins. That ain't the case. So that whipping they took last week was just like what you used to get when Dad say go get a switch out of the woods, and you better bring a decent size one. Otherwise, I'm going to get one that's going to be much bigger, and the whipping is going to be worse. That's the kind of whipping the Bills took last week from the Dolphins. But one thing for sure, whatever caused them to get that whooping, he won't do it again. So next season, they're going to be ready to play. That doesn't really matter. It could. Okay, oh yeah, betting is cooked. These hypocrites, man. These people that are making these rules, they're making money hand over fist in the back by telling you can't do this and do that. Just like those pro sports owners, NFL and the NBA. All those advertisements you see in the pro sports arena, they have to pay the teams to do that. So they got their hands out on this side, and on the other side of the screen, they're telling you better not do it. Hypocrites, man. You get paid. All right. Oh, but I'm going to talk through this signal problem no matter what. Oh, Dylan Gabriel. Okay. I think Dylan Gabriel is limited because he's only going to play. I think no matter what competition that you have between Gabriel and Fields, if Fields doesn't completely outplay him, he's going to say he's underperforming, which he is. So I would say because Gabriel's stats were close to what Fields had, I'm going to say that Gabriel outplayed Fields. But that's not saying a whole lot because that they're going to charge you what they charge for an NBA game. But I know high schools now, yeah, they're going to charge at least $10, $12, especially toward playoff season. So it'd be interesting to know what they would charge for these G League games. I'm thinking about $15, $20. All right. But anyway, I ask you guys, are the Patriots legit right now? Most of you are saying that they are. I have to give them their credit. I knew Vrabel would turn them around, but I didn't think they would be doing this well so fast. The question is, can they maintain it? Tougher roads lie ahead for the Pats, but Vrabel, again, is a good coach, and I don't anticipate them going very far in the playoffs. But the way they look right now, they're going to be a tough out for somebody. And teams like that, what they end up doing is exposing you for somebody else to come along and knock you out. So I don't know if that's going to be the case here. But Buffalo, they certainly on notice. They've already lost. They should have won that game. And they won games they should have lost too. So I guess it all evens out in the end. But I don't know. But yeah, but Shohei wins his fourth MVP. I think he deserved that. Played a very vital role for the Dodgers, man. But those guys were playing some serious defense those last couple of innings in that game 7. But that's why they put the limits on those series, because you can end up playing. If you had, if the series was the best of 21, whatever that number would be, they probably still be playing right now. So you have to cut it off at some point, man. Oh, $6? Oh, hell, that ain't bad, Selmo. That's like it used to be. You're probably going to get you at the concession stand, though. But that's not bad, man. But let me know how that goes, man. I'd be interested to see. But I put up a video, a short kid last night, crossed the guy up, and the dude fell over and almost broke his ankle. Looked like dude stepped back and hit a 3. Once that kid fell to the side, you know that 3 was going to go in. And that's the kind of stuff that the kids, they get excited about. They start jumping up and down in the gym, just go crazy, man. And I caught that last night. I was right behind it. I had a real good look at it. So that was cool. But anyway, the horn just went off, man. Like I said, I'm going to try to catch some high school football tonight. And if the opportunity presents itself, I might even live stream it a little bit just to see how it goes, you know. But if not, I'll just film it and put highlights up tomorrow. Sometime during the weekend, put highlights up of the action. And I got more basketball coming, and I got a whole bunch of other stuff besides me just running my mouth all the time. But unless there's some breaking news, expect to see those videos over the weekend. And hopefully we can go live tomorrow before the college games. Have a little time to blow. So wherever you are in the world, have a great day, man. And congratulations to the Pats. But even though my Steelers don't look so great right now, we did beat New England. And we catch them, we'll beat them again. Pittsburgh will recover. We are going to the playoffs. So 64% of you guys say the Pats are legit. I agree. It's not legit enough. Steelers, baby.